My dear elegant ladies, are you being an elegant lady when you are in a Zoom call? Or are you breaking some of those elegance and etiquette mistakes just because you're not aware of what's actually appropriate to do in a video call? Ladies, I am now going to go through those most common elegance and etiquette mistakes that you really need to watch out for when you are in a Zoom call. Let's dive in to number 1. Ladies, never display your mess ever. I say ever on camera. So please, if you have a messy home or a background where you sit, that's going to reflect really badly on you. You're going to look like a dirty, elegant lady rather than the clean, cut, and professional lady that you are. You see, a true lady does never, ever showcase any mess or personal clutter on camera. So it's very important that you try and live, generally speaking, very clean and tidy so that that's not something you have to really worry about as soon as you have to jump on a quick Zoom call. Number 2, never have any background noise. Shh. So on the subject of backgrounds, it's also important to address the noise that you have in your background, because your space should be fairly quiet when you have a call, when you do a video call especially, because it will of course be very distracting for other people. So as an example, make sure if you are at home, your parents are not arguing and can be overheard, or if you have a loud dog or perhaps construction work going on, try to distance yourself from that as much as possible, meaning that you change location if needed, or you inform the people around you to stay a little bit quiet, because otherwise you might end up in these really embarrassing situations that we have sometimes seen go viral on the internet. Also make sure to switch off any form of notifications, alerts, phone ringing, etc., because you really don't want to have any of that when you are in a call. Number 3. Never show up with bad lighting. The third elegance mistake is to show up with poor lighting. Now, good and flattering lighting is essential, ladies, for looking your best on camera. And what will happen when you have the wrong lighting is that it will actually do the opposite. It will make you look absolutely horrendous. And we don't want that, right? So instead, you should find a really big window and just sit straight in front of it like this. That will give you the most flattering light. However, if you are taking a call by the end of the day, and let's say it's already dark outside, then you have to actually invest in some artificial lighting. Sometimes existing ceiling lights might not be sufficient, and it's actually not very nice to have like this really bad light on top of your head. I know, trust me, I work so much with light in my work, I know what bad lighting is about, and it's horrible. So you should actually get maybe a little ring light to put in front of you when you're doing your evening calls, or if you have some other lamps in the house, you can just place on the sides. That's always going to be much more flattering than this really ugly little light bulb on top of your head. Sorry to interrupt, ladies, but I need to inform you that on Thursday, I'm starting my mini-series on socializing. Yes, together we're going to develop and improve our socializing skills, especially now timely for summer when we are going to be more out and about. If you want to register for this mini-series, visit networkingminiseries.com and register. It's absolutely free. Number 4. Never dress inappropriately, even if it's just a Zoom call. Ladies, I have always preached about dressing according to the occasion, and in this principle, it's definitely very much important not to neglect just because you are in a video call. If you are planning on only dressing up on the upper part of your body, just be mindful that maybe you might have to get up at some point during your call. Let's say the postman rings the doorbell, or something happens and you have to get up and close the door, and you get up and there's your little pajama hanging there on your bottom. So be very mindful not to do those little cheats, because they can easily backfire. And what's really important when you are in a Zoom call is that make sure, ladies, that you look the part for the occasion of the Zoom call. If this is a job interview, then you are going to put on your nice blazer or shirt. If this is more a casual team meeting and you have a very casual dress code at work, then maybe it's fine to just wear your short sleeve top. Just make sure you avoid any sweaters, any pajamas, anything that will make you look too comfy, basically. We are not here to be comfy just because we are at home. We are here to look professional, representable, and our most elegant selves. So make sure you do so. Oh, and by the way, if you want to dress elegantly at home, but you do not know where to start, then I recommend taking my Elegant Style Quiz. Just visit stylepersonalityquiz.com so that you can identify your elegant style, personality, and start getting ideas on how to dress accordingly. Number 5. Never, ever forget your on-camera behavior. I think we all have heard those horror stories about people getting caught in embarrassing acts. Maybe it's picking their nose or, I don't know, scratching their armpit or something like that. But ladies, please save your itch for after the meeting, because we have seen so many bad scenarios of people just forgetting that they are in a call, that they end up doing some random things that everybody is seeing, and it becomes a little bit awkward. I even know, well, not from myself, but I even have heard stories of, people doing something such as releasing gas in a Zoom call. And you know what happens then? Your video shot becomes in focus even though you're not speaking. So everybody hears and kind of sees that it was you. So make sure you do not do that. I would try and avoid this type of multitasking, because we do not want to, by accident, forget to switch off our camera or our microphone, and then something really uncomfortable happens as a result. Number 6, never get too close to the camera. Now, an elegant lady never gets up and gets too personal with the webcam, because we need to be very mindful of how our camera is positioned. It has to be at the eye level and not at the chin level when you look a little bit like this, You should really have good distance. You should have a good kind of angle as well when you are, let's say, in the middle, or you can be a little bit on the third. But what's important is that you are seen, and you are seen clearly, and that you're able to, let's say, talk with your hands and show some body language. So make sure your camera is not like this and you are not like that it's somewhere that makes it feel realistic, makes it feel real, and really emulates how a person would see you in real life. This way you will appear much more elegant, and others will feel more connected to you. Number 7. Never be in an inappropriate location. Location, ladies. Choose your backdrop wisely. Because in point number 1, I told you about removing all the mess and clutter that you might have in the background, and it's really essential to do so, especially when you are in a call. But what about your actual physical location? The room or place that you're in? And I'm going to give you a few examples, and I'm sure you're going to understand me. Do not do a Zoom call from your bathroom or your toilet. It's obvious, but some people still do it. Some people also think that if they just hide the camera, nobody will hear the echo that they're sitting on the loo. It doesn't work like that. But did you know that the same goes actually for your bed and your bedroom too? It looks very unprofessional if you take a call while sitting on your bed and it's so obvious that you have all the pillows there in the background, or if you're sitting in front of the bed or something like that. Now, let's say you are living very small and you don't have any other location than actually being in your bedroom, then make sure at least the bed is out of your sight from the video. The issue is, ladies, that it's just too intimate and it's not an appropriate setting for when you are taking your calls. Other inappropriate settings could be the kitchen, especially if you are eating at the same time. Big mistake. Number 8. Never show inappropriate items from your home. So another thing that has to do with your background, and again, another important thing easily to forget or not to pay attention to, it's what's visible of your personal items in the background. Let's say personal photographs, Most of us have them at home standing around. But what about when you're taking a Zoom call and you can see your whole family tree behind you? That can be a little bit distracting for the viewer, and it might also be a little bit inappropriate, especially if it's a big Zoom call and a public Zoom call, etc. Another thing can be if you have books displayed behind you. Let's say you're sitting in front of a bookcase. What if you perhaps are dealing with some specific issues of your own? So you have all these self-help books in the background. How to stop being a doormat when you are with a guy, as an example of a title, or how to manage your anger management. There are all these titles that people are going to see. Or let's say you are into erotica, when you have all these erotic books in the background. Ladies, there are so many things that you need to pay attention to. These small details that actually tell a story about you. So make sure your background is very neutral and very well presented for the person that you want to be seen as. This is all personal branding, after all. Number 9, never check yourself out on camera. I know that we all do this from time to time. I'm guilty, to tell you the truth. But the whole purpose is to try not to make it so obvious, basically. Because people are going to pick up whenever they see that you all of a sudden, looking there, people notice. And it comes across as you're not being very engaged, or you're not even listening or paying attention to what people are saying. So even though I know it's tempting to see how you look like, that you look good, etc., try to really look into the camera or place the person that you are talking to as close to the camera as possible, so that it really does give the illusion that you have eye contact with the person or with the audience, and therefore you will look much more connected in your Zoom call as a result. Number 10, never look bored. And I know that a Zoom call can easily turn into a snooze fest. But ladies, you can't make it obvious that you are currently dying of boredom and would rather just take one long big nap throughout this whole presentation. That's not very elegant, and elegance is all about practicing your patience and also practicing a really interested poker face. So pay attention. If you are bored, don't let people see it. Keep it within yourself. Now, do you know what else you should keep within yourself? My next video, 10 things elegant ladies never do in the bedroom. I will see you there.